Okay, this is number two, question number two from the AP Micro 2012 free response. So what I did was I went ahead and already put up the whole matrix of stuff, but I also added margin utility per dollar. So number or letter A says, what's the margin utility? Or sorry, what's the total utility from buying three toy cars? So here's our total utility, or sorry, our margin utility for each one. So when the first car we got an extra 10 margin utility or utils. The second one we added 8 more utils. The third one we added 6 more utils. So our total utility for all three of those would be 10 plus 8 plus 6, which would be 24. So part 1 is 24. A says, A part 2 says that Teresa's weekly income is $11. And the price of the bagel, you can see the price of the bagel is $2. The price of the toy car is $1. And we have a budget constraint of $11. How do we maximize utility? If you remember, we maximize utility if we have two goods. It is the marginal utility per dollar of X must equal the marginal utility per dollar of Y. Or in this case, it would be, bagels and toy cars. So we need to find where the margin utility per dollar equals each other inside that budget constraint of $11, getting all the way up to it. Okay, so I went ahead and added another column for you. This is the margin utility per dollar of bagels, and over here is a margin utility per dollar of toy cars. So now we need to find where the margin utility per dollar meets and figure out which one of those is going to be that's closest to the budget constraint of $11. So there is 4 and 4 here. Okay, well, this would cost $4 because toy cars are what, $4? This is $4, this is $2. We buy one bagel, so the price altogether would be $6. So we still have a lot left of that $11. All right, so here we got 3 bagels and in this case, it would be 5 toy cars. So 3 bagels times $2 would be $6. And then 5 toy cars, $1 a piece. So 5 times 1 would be $5. So the $5 plus the $6 would give us 11. So if we want to maximize our utility, margin utility per dollar of X or margin per dollar of Y, we would buy 3 bagels and we would buy 5 toy cars, and that would maximize our utility. That's all of number 1. That's all of part A. Part B, assume the price of wheat, which is an input for the production of bagels, goes up. So if the price goes up, will the demand increase, decrease, whatever? If the price goes up, the quantity demanded changes, but not the demand. Remember, if it's a demand curve, right, if this is, sorry, it's getting busy here, but this is a demand curve, right, and then here is our price and here's our quantity. Well, if the price goes up, all it does is just move along the curve, so it would be a change in quantity demanded, not a change in demand, which is what B would be. C, so let me erase this for you, okay, and I'll erase this and this. Question C is talking about income elasticity. Remember, income elasticity, we have it right here. It is trying to figure out if it's a negative, or if it's an inferior good, or if it's a normal good. Remember, normal goods are when your income goes up, we buy more of it. If the income goes down, we buy less of it. That would be a normal good. But an inferior good, if you remember, is when the price of some stuff if your income goes up, if you make more money, but you buy less of something. Or if your income goes down and you buy more of something, that means it's an inferior good. So the change in income over the change in quantity. So if income goes up and you buy more stuff, it's normal. Or if your income goes down and your quantity goes down, then it's normal. Those will be a positive relationship, right? They're going in the same direction. But with income elasticity, trying to figure out if it's normal or inferior, if they go in opposite directions, so for example here, In question C, it says negative 0.2. So if it's negative 0.2, that means they're going in opposite directions. So the income went up and the quantity demanded went down, or the income went down and the quantity demanded went up. That would mean it's an inferior good. So any negative income elasticity would be a negative good. And then the last question for for part D, it asks about cross price elasticity. Cross price elasticity, you can see it here. I'll try to write it more neatly. The percent change in the quantity of X over the percent change in the price of Y. What cross price elasticity does is tell us if it's a substitute good or a complementary good. So if the price of Y goes up, right, the price of Y goes up and we buy more of X, that would mean it is it's a substitute good, right? So if Nikes get more expensive when we buy more Adidas, that means that those are substitute goods. If the price goes up of Nikes and we buy less of something, that means they must be complements, okay? So here they're saying if the price goes down by 10%, so it's a negative 10% on the bottom, and the toy cars goes down by 4%, right? So if the toy cars go down by, the price went up by 10%, and the quantity change is negative 4%. What this ends up being is negative 0.4% for toy cars, or negative 0.5% for bagels. And that would, if you're negative, that would be a complementary good. So, any hoozle, that's how you do number 2.